In this video, we will going to take up how to use the sketcher in in Fusion 360, and by using the constraints, how I can be able to create the sketch by using the dimensional constraints and also by using the geometrical constraints. So this is the first important thing which should be done in any modeling. So let us take a very simple example how I can be able to create this profile using Sketcher in Fusion. So first I will go for new design, go to hybrid design and create new. Then come down to this, I want to draw a line of 120 mm. So to do that, I will just go for sketch, select on this plane and draw a line of any length in horizontal direction. So I will take this 120 mm should be the midpoint of the origin. So I will go for constraint, select midpoint. Select the midpoint of this line should be on this origin point. So then it will be at the origin. Then give the dimension for this, type D for the shortcut key for dimension. So here I will take 120. So automatically both the sides it will going to be reduced so that the length of this from this point to this point will be having 60. Okay. So once you do that, now I want to create this vertical lines. What is the dimension? 20. So how to do that now? From here, I will draw a line of any length. Okay. Similarly, I want to draw one more line of any length. Then I will go for constraint. I will go for constraint, select equal. Select this line and you select this line. So both the lines will become equal. Then I will go for dimension, select this and give 20. The moment when you give 20, automatically that length will also be reduced. Now, the next thing is I want to draw these two horizontal lines. So to do that, I will go for line. You select from horizontal line of any length. Similarly, from this side also, you draw of any length. And go to constraint, select equal between this line and this line. Now, the one which is selected, the first one will be considered into the memory and the length of this will be equal to the length of this. Suppose if you are taking this as the first line and then this as the second line. So this line will be equal to this line. Since I have considered first line as this and the second line as this, so the length of this line will be equal to the length of this. But what the dimension says, it is 30 from either side. So I'll go for dimension. You just give the dimension 30. Observe here what happens. That will also automatically reduces. The main concept of why we have to use the constraints, because when you are doing it in the part modeling, if you want to change the dimensions of the sketcher. So if you use the constraint, so it becomes easy for you to modify the dimensions of the sketch. So that is the reason why we have to go for the constraints by using the geometrical constraints and dimensional constraint. Now you come back to this and I want to draw vertical lines of 25. Again, I will go for a line. You select this and I will draw one line. Similarly, I will draw one more line here. So now I will go for constraint. I will select this equal length. Select this line first. So the length of this line is recorded. And if I say this, then these two lines will become equal. Then I will go for the dimension and I will give the dimension as the 25. So you give the dimension as 25. Similarly, I will go for line. I will draw one horizontal line of any length. And similarly, I want to draw a line from here to here. Then I will go for constraints, go for equal. Select this line as the first one and you select this line as the second one. So both the lines will go to become equal. So what is the length of this line? It will be 5. So you go for dimension, select this line and give 5. So automatically the other dimension is also becomes 5. Now then I want to draw then one line here and then I want to draw one more line here. So here So these two are perpendicular. So I will go for constraint, select perpendicular. This line is perpendicular to this. But still, this is in a blue color. All other lines have been constrained. So what is the meaning of that? So these two are still, it is not constrained. Why? Because if I try to move this, so you can see how this length is moving. So what exactly should happen? So these two lines are perpendicular, but this should be in line with this vertical line. So that is the reason why we need to do that. So to do that, I will go for horizontal or vertical. Select this point and you select this point. Automatically these two becomes in line. So entire geometry has become totally constrained. So the advantage is, suppose if I change one dimension now here, I will go for select and I will change the dimension of this to 15. See what happens. Automatically, all other dimensions are considered. So this is the advantage of using the constraint. Now I will give, instead of 25, I will give 15. See what happens. So it will going to reduce us here. So this is the advantage. So I will just go to undo it. So this is how I will be able to create this first sketch from using the constraint. If you are looking at this, you can see you have lot of constraints. This is equal and this is horizontal, and then this is vertical, this is perpendicular, and also these two are perpendicular. Okay, so if I don't want to see all these things, you just come down to constraint, disable the constraints. So the constraints are removed, but the constraints are there, but it is not visible to. That means I am hiding that. Similarly, I want to hide the dimensions. So you will hide these dimensions. Okay, this is how we will be able to constrain both dimension, constrained sketch, both by using the geometrical and also from the dimensional constraint. So now the next thing is, so the next part, what we will do, we will go for this particular part. So to do that, again, I will just finish the sketch and I will just go to delete the sketch. It's not required for me now at this juncture. So again, I will come back to this. So now I want to create this particular sketch. So to do that, constrain the sketch by using the dimension. I will go for sketch. I will go for 3D. Now I will go for the same select first planar. Then I want to create this circle. What is the radius of the circle? The radius of the circle is 20. So first I will go for circle, select some arbitrary point and then draw a circle. So some dimension of the circle. I will go for dimension, select this and give the diameter as 40 because the radius is 20. So now I will go for coincident. This point is coincident with this point. So now it is exactly at that particular center. Then what I want is, I want to draw a line here and I want to draw a line here. So I will just go for line, select some arbitrary point and I will draw a line. Similarly, I will go for pan on this side. Okay, I will draw a line, some arbitrary point on this side. Okay, then I will go for constraint, select tangent here. Select tangent this line to this circle and similarly this line tangent to this circle. Now I will go for trim this line here and then this line here. Now, if you want to move this, you just click on this, okay, and you drag this, whatever dimension you want. So if you want to reduce it, you can reduce this. And if you want to reduce this also, you can reduce it accordingly, the manner in which you can use it. See, because it is not yet fully constrained. So that is the reason. Then I want to give one more circle of here of a radius 25, which is at a distance of 100 from this outward point. That is from this point. I want the circle to be 100 mm from this horizontal line. So to do that, first I will go for circle. I will select some point. So what is the diameter of that? 50, because radius is 25. I will go for this. I will give the dimension as 50. Again, I will go for dimension, select this circle with reference to this. I will keep it 100. Okay, now it has come to this. Similarly, I want this horizontal dimension 150 minus 25. So that becomes 100. Okay, from this center, I will go for dimension, select this circle, and you select this circle and you give it 100. So this is constraint now. So now I want to draw a line here. So tangential to this. First, I will draw a line of any length. Okay, then I will go for constraint, go to tangent, select this line tangent to this circle. Okay, now again I will draw one more line here. Okay, again that line is a tangent. This line is tangent to this circle. Okay, now once you do that, now we have this part has been completed now. So I want to remove this extra now. So to do that, I will go for trim, select the unwanted one which you want to remove. So I have removed it on this side. Similarly, I have removed it on this side and I have removed it on these two sides. So I will remove constraints and dimensions now. So we have this pakka part. Similarly, I want to trim it on this side. So now I want this line to be extended first. So for that, I will just go to select this line, extend this line till here. Okay. Then I will go for trim between this line and this line. Then you go to fillet, select this line and this line. What is the radius you want? The radius is 40. So you give the dimension as 40. Okay. Once you get this, now we have all the dimensions have been constrained. Now again I want to write the inside circle. This diameter is 25 and this diameter is 20. Mind you, these two are not equal. So I cannot use the equal constraint. I will go for circle, go to dimension and I will take this dimension as 25. And then why the moment when I give the dimension, it is changing but the dimension is not appearing because the dimension is disabled. So you enable that. Then you go for constraint, select, go to concentric, select this circle, concentric to this. Similarly, I go for circle and I go for dimension, give the dimension as 20. Then you go to constraint, select concentric and select this two. So this is how you will be able to create this particular sketch by using the constraints and the dimensional constraint and by using the geometrical constraint. So this is the second sketch. Similarly, I want to do this now, the next one. So to do that, again, I will exit this without saving it. Now I will go for sketch, create the new design. Okay. Then I will go for sketch. Sorry, I'll go for sketch. Click on the front plane. Sorry. Sketch. Delete, go to sketch, click on the front plane. Okay. Now I want to draw a circle. What is the circle diameter? The radius is 20 on this and you have 20, diameter 20 here. First I will go for circle, select this, I will go for dimension, select this one and I will make this diameter is 20. Go to coincident. This center of this should be on the center of this. Again, I will go for circle. You select the same center. That also it can be done so that you can avoid the constraints easily. Then again, I will go for dimension. Take this dimension as 40. Yes. So that you need not have to have the concentric. It is not required. Now, I want to draw a circle of this dotted line, correct? So to do that, what is the radius of this circle? 70 on this side and also on this side. So since it is a dotted line, I will go for circle, go to line type as construction. The advantage of using the construction is it will not be considered for the model. It is only for creating the sketch. But whereas the continuous line or a continuous entity will be considered as the edges of that particular profile. So now I will go for dimension, select this and give the dimension as radius 70 means 140. So I will go for constraint, concentric, select this circle with reference to this. Now we have the one part is over. So then I want to draw from here this center line and this center line. So to do that, I will go for line, select the same center and then draw a vertical line. Similarly, from here, you draw the horizontal line. Now we trim these two portions. It is not required as such. Okay. And similarly on this side and also on this side. So now we have the only this arc has been considered. Now I want to draw a circle. I will go for circle. Since it is on the construction, now you remove this construction, go to the end point of this and similarly end point of this. So what is these two? This diameter is 4 holes of diameter 10. So since it is the 4 holes, all are equal. So go to the constraint, select equal, select this circle and you select this circle and go for dimension, select this and give 10 circle. Okay, 10 4 holes of 10 So I have created this one and I have created this one. Now I want to create this circle, which is at 63 along x-axis and 30 along y-axis. To do that, I will go for circle and I will go for constraint, select equal, select this circle. First you have to select this and then you select this. Okay, because I want this circle which is already constrained. This circle I want to constrain. So that is the reason why you have to select this one as the first one and then this one as the second one. Then what is the dimension? I'll go for dimension between this one and this circle. Give the dimension as 63 on this side along x-axis. Again, I want it in the vertical direction. I want 30. So again, dimension, select this circle with reference to this and give the dimension as 30. So that portion is completed. Similarly, I will go for one more circle here and I will go for constraint, select equal, select this circle with reference to this circle. Again, I will go for dimension and give the dimension as 43 along x-axis. So I'll go for dimension, select this circle and this circle, go for this as 43. So you give the dimension as 43 here. Okay. Then I want to give the dimension in the vertical direction, which is 55. That is y-axis. So dimension between this and this, I will give 45. Okay. Sorry, I think it is 55. Yeah. Give the dimension as 55. So all these are removed now. So I will remove the constraints and also the dimensions. Once you remove that, now I want to create this circle now. So one way of creating is you will draw a circle of radius 10 from the center. I will go for circle, select this as the, I will select this. I will go for dimension. You select this and give the dimension as radius 20. Similarly, I will going to draw a circle, one more, having constraints. Go to equal, select this circle and this circle, and then go to concentric, select this circle, concentric to this. Similarly, select this circle, concentric to this. Now I want to draw a line here of any length. Similarly, I want to draw one more line here. Again, I will draw one more line here of any length and go to constraints and go to tangent now. Select this line tangent to this and similarly select this line tangent to this. Now I want to modify and say extend this line here. Similarly, I want to extend this line till here and I will extend this. One way is extending and the other one is, as I already told you, just drag that endpoint, automatically it will go to that. So now I'll go for trim, select this portion and you select this portion here. So now we have removed this entire thing. So the bottom portion is over. Now I want to draw a circle here. So I want to draw a circle of some time. I'll go for circle, select this and I will draw a circle from here and I want to draw this. I'll go for constraint, select tangent, tangent to this circle. So automatically this side is also considered. Similarly, I go for trim, select this portion. So you remove this entire portion, remove this trimming on this side. Similarly on this side like this. So now this entire part has been constrained geometrically as per the dimension given. So I will just go for dimensions and enable this. Now you can see everything has been done as per the requirement. So I will just drag these portions and place it the dimensions, like when it becomes easy for you to understand how these dimensions are looking. Okay. So this is the diameter 10, 20, and this is diameter 10. Similarly, on this side, I will take it out and I will take this dimension inside and I will take this dimension outside. Okay. And similarly, on this side, okay, this is the diameter 40. So this is how you will be able to, I will just go to the, so this is how you will be able to uh, uh, constrain the sketch both by geometrically and also by dimensionally. Okay.